Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lawrencia and this is Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. For today's episode, we're going to be talking about Nollywood actor Hank Anuku. Now, if you don't know Hank Anuku, then you're not a millennial. Let me put it that way. Now, Hank Anuku started acting in the late 90s, and he started acting in blockbuster movie, action movie. I mean, if you know Nollywood before Hank Anuku, you know that it's all about romance, it's all about family drama, it's all about juju, black magic, and all that. I think Tichidi Chikere and Amako Production came in and they changed the whole movie scene, because we were used to watching, let's say, Indian movies, which has action movies, the Van Damme, the Jet Lis, and all that. So when Hank Anuku, the likes of Hank Anuku, Gentle Jack, Jerry Amilo, a whole lot of them stepped into the movie scene and started acting different action movie. I mean, Tichidi Chikere at that point in time, whenever I see any movie produced by Tichidi Chikere, I was excited because I know I'm going to get some action. And if there is Hank Anuku on that poster, then you know you're getting double the pleasure. With his American accent, his tall build. I mean, the way he walks, he's just a walking billboard for a bad boy. And people loved Hank for those action movies. People loved Hank for the characters he played in those movies. I mean, Hank just opened his world. He was our American guy. He was that American guy, you know, the Hollywood guy, which we now have in Nollywood, and we were so happy about it. And Hank embodied that character. He played that character on screen beautifully, but that character did not transition to off screen. So people were, and he kind of was a very private person. This is totally different from the characters that he played on screen. So people were curious, like, naturally, this is like before the whole, you know, Instagram and all those kind of things. So people, soft sale magazines were the ones who usually carry those stories about people or about actors or about entertainers or celebrities. So Hank wasn't granting interviews. All you need to do is to watch his movies and see what Hank is up to. But his personal life, people were curious about Hank Anuku's personal life, and he was not giving anybody anything. Anytime you see Hank talking off camera, he's always talking about God. He's very spiritual, he's very religious, and people couldn't just wrap their heads around the fact that this guy is a Nollywood bad boy on screen. Like, you don't mess with Hank on screen, but off screen, people were just like, what is happening? Like, this guy needs to give us some baddies. This guy needs to create drama. Like, Jim Ike is a walking drama, and people know that, okay, Jim Ike is crazy, basically. So Hank Anuku, people could not understand him. And then there are so many stories circulating. I mean, this was before blogs. When blogs became a thing in Nigeria, people started writing stories about Hank. I mean, these are our favorite actor, and we don't even know anything about him. So what some bloggers did was just to sit down, cook up story, and write about Hank. There was a point in time in 2015 when they said Hank had HIV, and this rumor circulated a whole lot. Like, people said he was married, he got HIV, he spread HIV to his wife and kids. Like, there was so many things happening. Hank came out. He actually did a video on camera. He did HIV test and he was negative. So this was just whole cooked up rumor of people trying to understand Hank, get him to talk, get him to say something. And this was just too much for Hank Anuku. He actually relocated to Ghana. He was in Ghana for several years, and Hank has finally come back to Nigeria to continue his career, his Nollywood movies, and he has been acting. I mean, the last movie he did, according to Hank, he was in character. He dressed as a mad person walking on the streets, and somebody driving by actually recorded some video and, you know, posted it online. According to the video, if you hear Hank, they were asking him where he was going, and he was saying that he was going to get food to eat. According to Hank, that scene was misinterpreted because he said he was on set and he got hungry and he wanted to go get something to eat because he didn't like what was being offered on set. So people saw him on the street and people said Hank has gone crazy. Hank is mad, roaming around the streets as a madman. Now, Sharon George came out and said she is actually on set with Hank Anuku, that Hank is not crazy. Hank is normal. Hank is okay. Then, before you could say Jack, another actress came out and said, no, Hank is not okay. Hank is, going crazy. He needs help. People, at least now that the secret is out, people can offer Hank help. Everybody was now confused, like, okay, what is actually going on? If Sharon George, a veteran Nollywood actress, is coming out to say that Hank is okay and Hank is actually on set with them in a Saba acting movie, and that scene was from a movie, and another lady, Nollywood actress, this new generation actresses, came out and said, no, Hank is not okay. Hank is not normal. Like, he needs help. So people were now thinking, okay, who are we going to believe? Before you could drop your cup of coffee, Hank came out and said no, that people need prayers. Because he does not understand why people are after him. He does not understand why people are taking his craft to, relate that to his real life, that he's normal. He did not actually kind of talk about the video that was circulating. He just said that people need to give their life to Christ, basically. That was what Hank was saying, instead of actually addressing the video that was circulating. So people started talking about mental health. I mean, if we all know that Genevieve Nnaji recently was admitted in an institution of having mental health disorder, and she's off social media, she's off circulation for a very long time, and nobody knows what is going on. And people started asking, like, what is actually going on with our Nollywood actors and actresses? Because some of them, they either have kidney problems or they have one issue or the other, and then before you know, they just fall off and, something happens. So people were thinking, if Hank Anuku actually have mental health problems, is it not better for people or the Nollywood people to actually come out and offer help or offer solutions? So this conversation has been going on social media. People asking, is it really just a movie, or is it that Hank is kind of smoking something, that's why he's going crazy? Or is there a spiritual? Because Genevieve Nnaji actually came out and said that mental health is more spiritual than physical. So according to her, I mean, physically she is not lacking anything. In terms of financial, she has everything, but spiritually, maybe there's an imbalance. There's something going on there that she is not sharing. She just alluded to that fact. So people started discussing about Hank Anuku, like, what is actually going on? I mean, there was a point in time when Jim Ike went to TB Joshua's church, where he performed some deliverance. He actually delivered. Anyway, he did an interview years later with Trudy, saying that his mother was actually sick at that point. He was ready to go through any length to ensure that she gets healed. So somebody suggested TB Joshua, and he went there. And that, I mean, we all know about Tonto Dike. Tonto Dike actually tried ending her life at some point in time, but I think what saved her was her son. When she gave birth, I think that she now has something else to look up to. I am not sure if Hank Anuku is married, because there was an interview he granted in Ghana in 2017. He said he is looking for, they were asking him if he womanizes or that they've not seen him around. I mean, Hank is a very private person. He is that private. You would not see Hank in different places gallivanting or anything like that. So the interviewer was asking him, you've been in Ghana for some time now. we've not seen you womanizing, clubbing and all that. What is going on? Where are you? How are you enjoying Ghana? Is it that you don't like Ghanaian women? And one thing he said was that he's been there, he's done all these things. I mean, he lived in the US, he lived in the UK, he said he lived in Italy and some other European countries that he said he lived in. He said he did everything that he could possibly do as a young adult, and now, like, why would he want to do any of those things? He said he was looking for a wife material, not really a girlfriend, that he doesn't womanize, he doesn't do all those things because he is kind of a spiritual person. So listening to Hank talk, it was kind of difficult to put the Hank that we know on movie set and the Hank that was sitting down talking about his personal life, about his growth, about his journey. Because if somebody has that image of him, I mean, even Jim Iyke was even saying that people think he is this bad boy. He has this bad boy persona, but he said personally that he's not like that. Although he's crazy, but it's not to the level that people has attributed him to. So I don't know. We've heard from the horse's mouth that from Hanks himself that he is not crazy. Like, he is normal, he's okay. But what do we believe? I mean, everybody will come out and tell you, especially entertainers, especially celebrities, they're going to come out and tell you that they're okay, but are they really okay? We don't know. And for the fact that some people from the industry are coming out to say that this guy smoked certain things, and once he gets, those things into his system, he started acting funny, or he started just, doing certain things. I mean, mental health is not really discussed that much in Africa, especially in Nigeria, because people just think if you're depressed, there must be something, like, get over it, do whatever you want to do. People don't take things seriously. If you're feeling somehow and you know that the environment you're in, you cannot get a solution, you need to change. I mean, Hank changed from Nigeria to Ghana, where he lived for, over 5 years without any problem, and now he's back in Nigeria and Hank is back in the news. I mean, I am wishing Hank all the best. He talked so much about spirituality, he talked so much about religion, and I hope he is getting all the counsel he needs, he's getting all the help that he needs. Whether he is mad or whether people are saying that he is mad because maybe he's acted funny once or twice on set. But whichever the case is, we should take mental health seriously. Mental health is not something to joke with. Anything that is going to affect your mental health, leave that thing. Like, move away from that thing, because you would not even know when you're going to be tipped off the edge. Nobody knows. You don't know when that cup will be full. I mean, you have no idea. That is how mental health is. So anything that's going to get your mind to wander, or to get you to a state where you're no longer in control of your emotion, cut it off. It's not worth it. It's not. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.